Thank you for tuning in to the RoydsRevue podcast. This week, Robb and Andy have watched and written songs about Jurassic Park 3. Will the Royds be swinging with the Spinosaurus, or will they be crapped on by a Carnotaurus? Find out next on the RoydsRevue podcast.
Hello, and thank you for listening to the RoydsRevue podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And today we are talking about Jurassic Park 3, JP3 from 2001. Before we get into that, I want to address something from the last episode. Last time we did The Lost World, Jurassic Park. And Andy, you were asking, why is it called The Lost World, Jurassic Park? What I didn't understand, I thought your question was, why is it called The Lost World?
Oh, no. I was asking why they switched. Like, why wasn't it Jurassic Park, The Lost World?
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I'm glad I answered my question, because who fucking cares why they did that?
Oh, rude.
Yeah, I'm as you would say, a rude dude.
A rude dude with an altitude of 700 feet above sea level.
I'm scared of heights. That's not good.
Yeah, don't look down, buddy.
Yeah, no, I did. I thought you were asking why they called it The Lost World, and I was like, idiot. They explain it right away, and then it turned out I just didn't listen.
Again, rude.
Yeah, it turns out when you're doing a podcast with another person, you're supposed to listen to what they say also and not just wait to speak.
We've both been doing this wrong.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on with you?
Nothing. I went to Big Lots today.
Okay.
They were training a new cashier. That's cool. Always got to train people. So I go up, I ring in my items, cat food for the cats who live in my backyard. I give them the cheap shit. And as I put my card in, the guy goes, oh, do you have a membership card? And I was like, no. And the person training him goes, you're really supposed to ask them before you ring up their items. So he cancels my purchase and rings them up again so we can ask beforehand. Before he even rings them up, I just go, I don't want a card. I know what you're going to say. I'm a mind reader. Don't ask.
Yeah. Well.
How about you? How are you, Andy?
Well, at work, I'm student teaching currently. Because I'm.
Which is it? Are you a student or are you a teacher?
A little bit of both.
Dumb tiss.
Nice. So it's second grade, and we're reading a book about Jackie Robinson, right? So, the first chapter addresses his childhood, how, racism has affected him. Obviously, he's a black man in the 40s, right? I'm looking over these kids, what they're writing. They're supposed to summarize the chapter. And they were like, this one kid had, they called him bad names, like the N word and the B word and the SH word. I was like, all right. Okay. What else happened though? Anything else, man? And like even in the book, the only one that was addressed was obviously the N-word. So I don't know where he got the other ones, but I thought it was silly.
I think he was taking an educated guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are funny. You never know what they're going to do next.
I do.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Yeah, that's why I figured, you know what? I should use this gift.
To teach.
Yeah.
Well, if only people knew what the kid in Jurassic Park 3 was going to do next.
Nice.
That was a segue.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I was waiting for there to be a pause so I could say that after saying kids are funny. And then, wow. I'll tell you what's not funny. Jurassic Park 3. Actually, no. Jurassic Park 3 has points where it's absolutely hilarious.
I agree. There's, I will say, what is really funny is on their way to the island, Dr. Grant falls asleep. And he, in his dream, the first image we get of a dinosaur in this movie is a raptor saying, Alan. And it's like, okay.
That's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. I'll question it. We'll obviously get to that scene in a little bit because we're jumping ahead here. But my first thing about that scene is Alan Grant has only seen the raptors from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have feathers in the first movie.
Yeah, and they weren't as colorful.
Why in his dream did they have the feathers? I don't mind them having the feathers on the island. I really don't. I get it. Evolution or some bullshit. Fine, go for it.
Yeah.
But the fact that Alan Grant, who's only seen in person the raptors on the first island, who did not have feathers in his dream, sees raptors with feathers. Infuriating.
Yeah. I think
That's
they
3
only
infuriatings.
I think they only had the budget for like that animatronic, and they were like, "Nah, we're not going to recreate the one from the first one."
That's not even the worst part of the movie. It's up there, though.
I will say this. I think that this movie is pretty good until that very moment. And then it's all downhill.
The opening CGI is horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
That opening green screen while they're parasailing, opening green screen is worse than all the CGI with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you fuck up that?
Here's my question about that opening scene. I think we're just getting right into this.
Yeah.
So they're parasailing, right? And then they sail through some fog, and then everybody on the boat is dead. What dinosaur did that? They're in the middle of the ocean.
Not only are they in the middle of the ocean,
they're on the shore, but
that's a clean kill.
Yeah. They killed them and jumped off.
Yeah, there was a short like tussle with the parasail or whatever. But that boat didn't get yanked under. The boat didn't get torn apart. It looked like either, like you said, a dinosaur jumped on the boat, ripped them apart real quick in the fog, and jumped off. It was The Mist from the movie The Mist, because they just ran into a fog and all of a sudden, they're all dead. They're dead.
Yeah. I will say this. The director, Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
You might know him from Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yeah, he's done good shit.
He's done a lot of good shit. He did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I think. I don't know if I'm getting that right. But he's like he's like a Steven Spielberg light.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to do the second movie.
Yes, he did. And Steven
Spielberg said, "You'll do the third."
Yeah, I got this. And you know what? I will say this. He's doing a great Stevie Spiels impression.
Yes.
I think I spoke about this a little last week. I don't know if it's because my expectations were different from the outcome. I enjoyed this a pinch more than I enjoyed The Lost World.
What it has on its side is brevity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only an hour and a half. The first 2 movies are 2 hours.
It moves at a clip, and it is mostly action. And it's very early 2000s, like, we went a little darker with this one. There's a big spine daddy in there, you know?
If they called this movie Escape from Dinosaur Island and it was just a B movie, I don't think people would complain about this. Not as many people would have seen it. It wouldn't make nearly as much money.
Yeah, they also would have been like, they stole Alan Grant from Jurassic Park.
That's true. So maybe change the name Alan Grant.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, it's just a B monster movie. And there's nothing wrong with B monster movies if that's what you're making.
Yeah, and I think that this also, even though it has Alan Grant, it kind of separates itself from the other two because it's not corporations this time. It's just 2 idiots.
Yeah.
Who are like, we lost our son and we didn't bother to do any research. I like when they get there and they're like Alan Grant's like, I've never been on this island. And they're like, what? There's 2 islands? Like, why wouldn't you know that? Your son's been gone for 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead. Let's go back to some other things we've noticed.
We see Alan Grant with Ellie Sattler. She now has kids. Alan Grant is still a dick to children.
Yes.
This is a toddler, a young toddler. And he's like, no, that's a herbivore. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
They wouldn't eat each other.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think he's a little better.
Yeah. Still not great. Dinosaur man.
Still not great. And like, I also like that they are not together anymore.
Yes.
Like, that makes sense. She clearly wants kids, and you think maybe at the end of the first one that he's like, yeah, I'm in now. But like, clearly not. Something didn't work out, but they're still friends. They're still gynecologists. I mean, I said I meant dynocologists.
Yeah, I know what you said. And I was like, I don't think that's what they're called.
Also, when I said that on last week's episode, or last episode, I was thinking to myself after, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I said gynecologist a couple of times. And like, not that you have to laugh, but you didn't laugh and I didn't laugh. So then I thought, are people going to think that I actually think that the gynecologist?
I'm going to be totally honest. I didn't even hear it. I heard it on playback while editing it.
Okay. And did you laugh then?
I was like, yeah. I was like, that's funny.
Okay. Nice,
I didn't hear it when we were recording it because, again, I was waiting to speak. I wasn't doing any listening.
Nah.
I was going, come on, when can I talk about Jeff Goldblum?
Rob's headphones aren't even plugged in. He just looks at the video. He waits for my mouth to stop moving.
That's why everything we say is so disjointed.
Yeah, we're talking over each other all the time.
Yeah, bananas are great. I agree. You know what I noticed? 7 minutes in, and they went to the Jurassic Park theme song like 4 times.
Yes, they did.
Like 7 minutes into the movie. And I get it. I have no problem with them replaying that. It's iconic.
Yeah, it's great.
You can't repeat it 7 minutes in.
No, too much. I like that. Like, Dr. Grant is still researching their intelligence and stuff. Like, he's like, they know pre-algebra. And it's like, it's like we get it. Like, they're alive now.
Nietzsche.
Yeah. Well, like, what do you like? We all know that dinosaurs exist with humans now. What are you still doing this research? That's why nobody's paying for this, because it's like, yeah, okay, they're over there. Why don't you just go over there? And he's like, no, I'll never be on that island again. It's like, all right,
he's
then
still
we don't care what you have to
Raptors.
say.
He's still absolutely obsessed with them.
But it's like, if you're not going to go to the island and check it out, do real research, like, we don't fucking, no, we're not going to pay for your research. Because it's not, it's just like when you were digging up bones, we got real dinosaurs now.
Well, he does say that they're not real dinosaurs on the island.
Right.
So he does acknowledge. So to him, I get it in the sense that to him, they are not actual dinosaurs. He calls them theme park monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I like pretty much every scene until the talking dinosaur, but I like everything they have to say in that. I understand his point, but I also understand the people not funding it.
Oh, like, yeah.
Hey, why don't you get in there and do the work?
William H. Macy and Tia Leone come in.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking all these questions. They're clearly desperate people. Why don't the government help them? Why did the government just tell them to fuck off?
I don't know. That part is it's very short and they barely address it.
Let's be totally real. This is the U.S. government. You tell them a little blonde white boy has gone missing off the coast of Costa Rica. They're not going to mention the dinosaurs. They're not going to mention Isla Sorna. They're just going to say a little white boy is trapped in Costa Rica. Costa Rica. There we go.
Yeah.
And they're going to send an army to go find him.
Yeah. Which they do at the end.
Yeah, because Ellie Sattler was like, hey, can you help my friend out? Can you help the grown man who's gone back to the dinosaur island?
I don't hate the premise, like the setup.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like it, actually.
Absolutely, companies would be doing that shit on that island, giving tours and stuff.
For sure. I like that. Well, first off, the plane crash scene, right when they land and Alan Grant wakes up after being knocked out. I like how quick everything turns to shit.
Yeah.
Like, he wakes up and he's like, that's a bad idea to be calling his name, right? And then immediately you hear gunshots and they're like, get back on the plane. And he's like, yeah, no shit. Right. And then that guy who he's like standing in the middle of the thing and they're driving the plane real fast. He's like, I can't fucking move. I can't fucking stop this thing. And the guy's like, please. And then the Spinosaurus comes out, grabs him. They hit the Spinosaurus and they crash. Like, that whole scene is very good. Yeah. I enjoy all of that.
They all should be dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That plane crash should have immediately killed all of them.
Yeah. All of them survived the plane crash. And only one guy gets eaten at that point.
Yeah.
But like, all that is great. I enjoyed all of that.
That's good for you. No, you're right. I think it's a good scene.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's a fun scene, but I just go, I watched it and I went, they'd all be dead. They'd all be dead.
Yeah.
And like, maybe I should suspend my disbelief sometimes.
Okay. I mean,
but there was just a way, like the car in the first movie, the car being trapped in the tree was done so much better than a plane. It just feels like, all right, so we've done a car in a tree before. Plane. We're going to do a plane in a tree.
They did a car in a tree, then they did a car in a cliff.
Yeah, and they've just felt the need to do something. And it just felt so...
I think the scene peaks when they hit the Spinosaurus initially.
Yes.
And then it kind of hit, because then they do the
and then when the Spinosaurus nose comes in, it looks so fake. It looks so rubbery and fake. You're like, ah! Man,
the animatronic
it looks so bad.
Yeah, the animatronic in the daylight looks like crap, but later when they do the night and it's raining scene, the animatronic looks fine.
Yeah. Yes.
But during the day, it looks like duty poop crap.
It looks so cheesy.
Yeah. Also, I believe the real name for Spinosaurus, like the scientific name, is Spine Daddy. I
don't think so.
Oh, okay. Agree to disagree.
Okay. In the world of improv, that's called blocking. I was like, we're not calling him Spine Daddy.
No, I don't think so.
We are not going with that.
Well, let me tell you the title of my song.
Oh boy. It's
called Spine Daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go with Spine Daddy. Was a Spinosaurus a male or a female? Because remember, they were all female originally.
Yeah, but that, life finds a way. All that.
I mean, Spinosaurus is fucking.
I mean, was that the only Spinosaurus on the island?
It's the only one I saw.
Is it the same one that we see the whole time? Probably.
Yeah. I don't think there's a herd of Spinosaurus.
Yeah. I like how, immediately they were like, Spinosaurus is bigger than a T-Rex and we'll prove it. And he kills a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Stabs its neck.
They're like, by the way, this is really dangerous. What's with the fucking dinosaurs snapping necks in this?
I also have a note about that. Yeah. What is that?
We see that later where the raptor sets a trap with Utesky and then snaps his fucking neck.
Yeah, the trap itself was cool. That was very Jurassic Park 1. Like, look how smart they are, right? They're doing pre-algebra or whatever the fuck. So that was cool. And then it kills him by snapping his neck. I was like, why would it do that? Why would it care to kill him instantly? Why wouldn't it just eat him?
Yeah, why don't you just rip out its entrails, bring it to its nest so they can feast on him?
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. I have a note about that, but
I think they're starting to show the dinosaurs as malicious now.
Yeah.
Where they started off as just creatures. Right. Now they're starting to be like, no, these are actively malicious. They're hunting you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not the point of the first movie.
Yeah, you don't understand these, your own franchise. But the it killing the T-Rex by snapping its neck made sense. You don't have to fight it anymore. I get it. But Spine Daddy's there. He's pretty cool. Other than that first animatronic scene. Yeah. I like him throughout the movie after that. I got here, the action starts as soon as they get on the island, which is cool.
They get lucky they stumble upon the kid.
Yeah. Oh, that scene is fucking trash, though.
First of all, the kid should not be saving Alan Grant from the Velociraptors.
No. Also, just the raptor scene is pretty cool, generally. When it traps them with that door and they're kind of triangled in there. And then as soon as it starts climbing, they're like, push, and then they trap it.
And Alan Grant goes, cool. He's calling for help because he speaks raptor.
What? Come on.
There's another scene later, which infuriates me even more with the raptor speak, and we'll get to it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that part is pretty cool, but then he gets surrounded by raptors. The last henchman dies, like we said, he gets his neck snapped. And Alan Grant gets surrounded, and then tear gas or whatever the fuck it is. And then the kid covered in moss comes like a superhero. And it's that part reminded me of Gymnastics Girl killing a raptor.
That part is so much worse than Gymnastics Girl killing a raptor. And Gymnastics Girl killing a raptor was bad.
Yes, it was. That was very bad.
This child survived for 8 weeks on an island with monsters. And then, so they're sitting there and they're talking. Him and Alan Grant are just talking. I don't even remember the kid's name. That's bad. But Alan Grant and the kid are just talking. And at one point, they pick up the jar of T-Rex piss.
Yeah.
And he's like, how did you get this? And the
You
kid was
don't
like,
want to know.
I do want to know.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I do want to know. Like, is this kid, do you think now, as this kid's older, he's just into golden showers? Do you think he's going to show up in Jurassic World Dominion? Like, there's going to be a scene where, like, we need dinosaur piss. What are we going to do?
He's
and
like,
you're going to hear the
"I got it."
music start. Doo, goo, goo. He's like, I think I got it. And the T-Rex is going to lift his leg like a fucking dog. And he's just going to piss on the kid. And it's going to be like, down, down, chicka, down, bow, chicka, bow, wow, chicka, bow, wow, wow. And it's just slow-mo as this dude, now he's a full-grown man now, so it's not weird.
At this point.
But he's just getting pissed on by the T-Rex with like a mason jar in his hand. Like, what the fuck is that? You don't want to know. No, I want to know how this child got the T-Rex piss. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're 1,000 billion% correct.
That's the laziest point of writing in the franchise to this point.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because they just gave the kid T-Rex piss. He says, you don't want to know how I got it. And then they never use it.
Yeah. Well, he says he used it around the van that he was staying in.
Oh, okay.
And it keeps all the dinosaurs away, but it attracts one real
bigger
big
one,
one.
yeah.
Talking about Spine Daddy. But like, does that mean Spine Daddy hunts T-Rexes like actively?
I guess so.
I don't know. It's weird.
I did enjoy Alan Grant needing to know the kid's opinion on Ian Malcolm's book.
Yeah, that was, I think that was in character.
Yeah. I love the rivalry they still have that Alan Grant needs to know the kid's opinion.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, it's too much about chaos. And he's like, yeah, I agree. That guy's a fucking dick.
I also love the line, well, they didn't try to eat me. I liked your first book better. You liked dinosaurs then.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it makes sense that he would fucking hate them in his second book. He's like, oh, you have no idea what I went through.
Yeah, like the first conversation with the kid before he says, oh, you don't want to know how I got this piss, is pretty good. I enjoy it. I enjoy their interaction. I also have this note here I want to share because I think it's funny. I got 8 weeks. Fuck out of here. That's what I wrote.
8 weeks on an island of monsters.
Yeah, the island that 3 men already died on in one day. This kid's got 8 weeks. Okay.
Compies were a big part in the last movie, so let's just throw compies in this movie too. For no reason.
Yeah,
Oh no, compies.
Close the door. And they close the door and then they're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess. Also, we then move on. William H. Macy's talking to Tia Leone, Paul Kirby and Lady Kirby. I don't know. And he goes, it's not your fault. No, it is.
Yep.
It's totally her fault. She let her son go out parasailing at Dinosaur Island with her boyfriend. It's 100% your fault.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Also, I wish that they weren't both as dumb as they are. If they weren't, it would be a slightly better movie. Like, they're really dumb.
Well, this is a grown-ass man who just learned how to swim in the last year.
Yeah.
Like, this is he's in his 40s, and she's like, hey, you didn't know how to swim. I just learned. Well, you're 40-something years old, and you just learned how to swim?
Like, during the course of this movie, they're, like, finding their love again. And it's like, I don't think so. I think you'd both actually be at each other's throats at this point because you're going to die.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be this heartwarming, we're getting back together now. You'd want to kill each other more.
And like they go to change, you're like, you look good. Oh, so do you. Like, I don't think that conversation would occur. I think it would be like, get fucking dressed. We got to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know. They're so stupid. And like, how did these two stupid people raise like a really smart kid who was able to survive for 8 weeks? I don't know.
Well, in each movie up until this point, they did some really bad one line of dialogue to set up the kid being able to do stuff. So in the first movie, the girl was like, I'm a hacker. It was like that one line of dialogue. So she was able to do the security system. In the second movie, they're like, I got cut from the gymnastics team.
Yep.
So she was able to do the raptor kick. In the third movie, at one point, William H. Macy goes, he's a resourceful kid. You know how hard it was to ground him.
Yeah.
So because it was hard to ground the kid, he's able to fend off velociraptors and Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah. Why are we supposed to think Paul Kirby's a loser?
I don't know.
He's an entrepreneur. The guy clearly owns a successful small business.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and make fun of the guy because he's not a billionaire.
I also liked that when Alan Grant walks away from him after they're like, you're not a millionaire, are you? And he's like, I do like tiles. And then he was like, look, I'll get you that money. And then he's walking away. He's like, look, I'll do your kitchen, man. I'll do your bathrooms. I like that part.
Sam Neill's New Zealand accent comes out real strong after they learn about the Kirbys, because he's like, when he says, we're not even getting paid, it's this thick New Zealand accent he says it in.
Really? See, I only noticed it when he says like, Mr. Kirby.
Yeah.
Say that. But
I'm excited to listen to his accent in Dominion, because he's got to go back to the American accent.
Yeah.
He's got to really stick to it.
Yeah, he's very good, because I didn't know I thought he was American until I saw him in another movie. I was like, oh shit.
No, it slides in and out in the first movie too. You can hear it.
I didn't notice it.
There are certain things here and there. You just get lost in it because it's a great movie. So it's like, oh, whatever. But in this, like, we're not even getting paid. That's more Irish, but you get what I'm saying. I could do an Irish accent. Can't do New Zealand. I have a note here, and I'm looking back at it. I didn't realize what the note was for, but there's a scene where Tia Leone's talking to William H. Macy, and she goes, you're always so careful. I've totaled 3 cars in the last 3 years. Yeah. And all I wrote was, women drivers, am I right?
Got her.
Because that's very like early 2000s to be like, yeah, women drivers got totaling 3 cars in 3 years.
For sure.
But I do like William H. Macy being like, you didn't actually total the last one. I just wanted a new car.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she's like, that's endearing.
Yeah.
You made me think I totaled a car. Yeah. You gaslit me. So I thought I had totaled another car, but it was really, you grew some balls.
Then they get reunited with the kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through the fence. And then they turn around and there's a spine daddy. What happened to the thumps?
He just snuck up on them.
Yeah. How the fuck did a 17-ton giant spine daddy fucking sneak up on you?
The dinosaurs on Isla Sorna are incredibly sneaky.
Turns out.
Because they heard the ringtone. They heard the ringtone over the Spinosaurus trudging through the forest. Like, he didn't knock down trees. He didn't roar. He didn't growl. They were like, oh, the phone's going off. Nope. Oh, no.
Every other movie, like the first 2, have a small body of water that trembles and you hear, but not Spine Daddy. Not him. He rolls. He actually rolls. So you don't hear anything.
He's creeping on his tippy toes through the forest. Hope the Kirbys and Sam Neill don't hear me.
He's like, shh.
Be very, very quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this movie, they're trying to get to the coast, right? Because they say all the big dinosaurs, I might have this reversed, but they say all the big dinosaurs are in the middle, correct?
Yep.
Wasn't the last movie they said the exact opposite thing?
I thought they said the same thing. I could be wrong.
Because in the last movie, they were like, oh, all the small dinosaurs are on the coast. So we should say there. And then they're like, oh, but we have to go to the middle of the dangerous ones are in the middle, but we have to go there for the console thing. But in this movie, they're like, all the small dinosaurs are in the middle, right? All the big dinosaurs. They're like, yeah. They totally switched it around.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Holy shit. They come across a raptor nest and your boy Billy steals 2 eggs, right?
Yeah. Alan Grant, who's seen raptor eggs maybe twice, knew immediately these were raptor eggs.
Yeah, he was like, that's a raptor egg.
He does my sense of smell. I could smell the embryos.
Yeah.
That's a raptor.
There is a line when they find out, and Alan Grant, who is like they've established is like Billy's father figure, right?
Yeah.
He's like, the worst things imaginable are done with the best intentions. I thought that was a pretty good line.
Oh yeah. I like how he goes, did you steal raptor eggs? How else would he have them?
Yeah. No, they actually put these in here.
Yeah, he thought the raptors wanted to put those babies up for adoption. Yeah, those raptors are on crack.
Yeah, and he used that fucking the bone, and he was like, and they were like, yeah, we'll give you some eggs.
Yeah, that's how that happened. Of course, he stole the fucking eggs. I also love how you could tell immediately that he stole the eggs.
Yeah,
because the minute
he's like, you have my bag. He's like, yeah. He's like, give me the bag. He's like, no, I'll hold it. It's fine. He's like, give me the bag. I need that bag. They're like, did you steal some eggs, dude?
But even before that, when he sees him, he looks like a kid with his hand in the candy jar.
Yeah.
I was like, you were not taking pictures. Also, backing up a little bit, when they find the video camera that they were using, I like how the camera still works.
Yeah.
Like it still works. They just needed to swap the batteries out, but it's fine. No, the Costa Rican rain, the countless dinosaurs or other actual animals on that island didn't destroy it.
Right.
It just needs new batteries. But why in that video did they not at least give off the sense that there's danger? And I say that because I know why they did it. They did it for the stupid jump scare. But the camera's still on. But they didn't hint at anything coming towards them.
Right.
And also, just for the sake of that jump scare.
Yeah, but also what killed him? Because his skeleton's still there.
I think we're supposed to assume it was the Spinosaurus.
Wouldn't it have just eaten him? You think it's picking him clean? Like,
you'd think so. But they gave us no answer. It was, let's do a jump scare here.
Yeah, although it gives a good reason for Billy to keep that parachute.
Yes. Well, that's why they did. They needed Billy to have the parachute.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, have something on the camera, on the video roll that they're watching. Like, oh, what's that noise? Have something. So all of a sudden, it's not like, what, was he not able to get down?
Yeah, he just starved to death up there.
Like, is that what we're supposed to assume? That he just hung up there and they just eventually just picked him clean? I just don't buy it. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at RoydsRevue@gmail.com. That's RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
They meet the pteranodons.
Yes.
It's an aviary.
Yeah. It's a bird cage.
After we've already seen the pteranodon in the second movie.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah.
At the end.
So it's not really that much of a surprise that they're there because we know they're there.
Yeah. Although I think it's one of the better scenes in the movie where they're crossing the bridge in the fog.
Yes. And he just creeps up on him.
Yeah, like you see the bridge shake and they're like, wait. And then he walks across and they're like, oh shit, that's a big old bird daddy. But like, that was a good scene. That was very that wouldn't have been out of place in the first movie. No. You know?
I also like how he gave the pteranodon one little kick. He was like, hey-ya.
Yeah.
Just get away. Just one little kick. But I also liked Alan Grant just crosses the bridge. And they're like, oh, Taya Leone, you should go to make sure it's safe. Yeah, a 200-pound man just crossed the bridge.
Yeah.
The kid will be fine.
Yeah.
You don't need another test.
I don't know. Their whole dynamic, like that family dynamic, is so stupid. And I hate it. Yeah.
I like how after the pteranodons run off with Billy, they're flying, he's down the stream and everything. The one pteranodon like looks back at them like, what?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Fuck you. Yeah, exactly. Fuck you gonna do about it? We just took your boy.
Yeah. You can't fly.
Are you intimidating me right now? Are you going to attack me too? Or are you just going to leave? Oh, he's going to leave. Okay.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Or are we supposed to believe that he was looking back at me, the guy watching the movie? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, see, when the kid gets picked up, right, and he goes to feed the kid to his babies, or her babies, right? And then Billy shows up with the parachute. And he grabs the kid. But like after that, hey Billy, what was your plan?
To die.
Now you're both fucked. What are you doing? Also, Alan Grant, after that happens, after Billy gets taken away, Alan Grant says, "You know what the last thing I said to him was?" Then he's like, you're no better than the people who built this place. It's like, actually, Alan Grant, the last thing you said to him was, "Billy." So maybe get your shit together.
Now who looks stupid, Alan?
Idiot.
Quit your bitch ass grieving.
Think you're so smart because you're a dinocologist.
The Pteranodons also just kind of leave after that. Like, that's it. Like, oh, we just needed something dangerous for the second act of the movie.
Yeah. And then they show up at the end and they're like, that's the thing with these movies. It's like, and all of them do it. They're like, sometimes they're like, wow, this is so wondrous. This is so, just take it all in. And then it's like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But like they do that twice in this movie. Like when they're on the boat after the pterodactyl scene, they're like, wow.
Comes out of nowhere. Comes out of nowhere, that scene.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, you like it here now? Okay. And then at the end of the movie, when the birds are flying with them,
yeah,
they're like, wow, look. It's like, no, that's bad news, actually.
That thing just tried to kill you,
yeah,
and will try to kill other people.
Yeah, like I just don't understand the shift in mindset and tone is weird. Like they do it in all of them. And the first one is done the best. Obviously, everything in the first one is done.
Well, the first one's done the best because they do it. The awe-inspiring look is done first.
Right. It's before they're almost killed.
Yeah, because if I pet a lion and then I got attacked by it, well, my first thought, like when I first see the lion before getting attacked, is amazing, a lion.
Right.
But if I get attacked by a lion, I don't want to go pet the lion.
Right. Again, I said at the beginning I enjoyed this movie more, and I stand by that. But like we said, Jurassic Park 2, 5, right? I would give this like a 5.4.
I'd give it like a 4.
Okay.
I mean, they come across the steaming piles of shit, which is a great metaphor for this movie.
Yes.
But once again, there's the fucking phone ringing. I guess it didn't digest and break down at all. It's still a working phone. So not only was it a working phone that we could hear inside the Spinosaurus, we heard it fine inside the Spinosaurus. We hear it just as well inside this pile of shit near the Carnotaurus. I do like the Carnotaurus saying, "I'm not eating you."
Yeah. That's
poopy.
Smell like shit.
That's just poopy over there.
I like the scene that follows that. When they're on the boat, they got the phone. He calls, what's her name again?
Oh, Ellie Sattler.
Ellie. Yeah, Ellie Sattler.
Dinosaur
like, hey, and he's like, can you put your mom on? And then like they're going through hell and the kid's like, oh shit, Barney. And like that whole scene was great because it was very Stevie Spiels. Very. Yes. And
very reminiscent of the Berg.
Well. Yes, the Berg, as we call him. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay, the arc in this story, because there's barely an arc for anybody because it's about dinosaurs, is the spineless idiot becomes a hero at the end because he climbs a crane like an idiot. Yeah.
Because he's stupid. And then afterwards, he somehow shows up behind them.
Yeah, they're like, oh no. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, okay. Kind of wish you did, Dad. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hey, you got to do shit like that.
Yeah.
Seems like you wanted us to think you were dead, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That, like, I hated him. I hated the mom. The kid was cool at first, then just became another screaming guy running.
The kid was fine. It was just infuriating that a child survived on the island.
Right. And then like after they take him, where did all that know-how that got you through all this go? Like now you're just another running idiot. Like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. Like, where do I know how go?
Now all of a sudden he's a kid.
Yeah, I don't know. It also, this movie just ends.
Well,
it's like it's building, and then he's like, oh, now I can talk to a dinosaur finally. And he talks to a dinosaur, saves them all, and then boom, everybody's saved.
Well, not only does Alan Grant talk to the raptor, but remember, Paul Kirby apparently speaks fluent raptor also. Yeah. Because he's doing it, and he goes, no, call for help. How the fuck do you know what he's saying, Paul Kirby? And also, why does Alan Grant go, you're right, I should be calling. What were you saying in first place?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Eat me.
Yeah.
Eat me. I'm a person.
Oh, man.
What are you fucking saying?
Just, I thought it was very weird that movie just ends like that. And also, like, where did they find Billy? How is he still alive? What?
Is this guy with you? Who else would he be with?
Yeah. No.
You think there's just another random guy on this island?
Man. What horse shit. But again, I kind of enjoyed it.
Well, the saving grace for this movie, I said at the beginning, the saving grace is that it's an hour and a half. Because in the second movie, they could have ended when they were leaving the island.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, cool. But they didn't. In this movie, I feel like there was definitely that temptation, but after a while, they were like, we can't think of anything else to do.
Well, I was reading about this movie. Apparently, the script wasn't done. And
they were writing it on the fly.
Yeah. And that being said, that's incredible because you have like we just pointed out all the shitty things about it, but it's like, you fucking made that shit up on the fly. Like, it's pretty good, actually. I mean, that being said,
you made a dinosaur movie. I don't think it was that hard to make a dinosaur movie on the fly. I think if you told anyone could have made that exact same movie with that exact same plot.
Right. And I think all the good scenes are ones that were like actually written. Like the pterodactyl scene on the bridge. Excellent.
And they also took scenes from the first two books.
Yeah, including that pterodactyl scene. And I think that's the only one I know of.
Yeah, I just know they took scenes out of I didn't read both books. I only read the first one. So, like I said before, if they called it Escape from Dinosaur Island and it was a B movie, I'd say this is cool. It just had the problems with being Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, and not Stevie Spiel's, even though he kind of botched the second one. But
I don't think there's no director who would have saved this. It's almost a good thing they were writing it on the fly because I don't think an experienced director like Spielberg would have done a movie that wasn't totally written.
Yeah, and I know Joe Johnston almost quit because of that. He was like, this is bullshit. Like, why am I doing this if we're not ready? But that being said, I don't think it's the director's fault at all. I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think any director would have saved it. I think the movie was just a cash grab. They had nothing. They didn't know what to say, but they were like, we have to make a movie.
Yeah. And you know what? Like all the performances are solid. Like nobody's bad in it.
No.
It's just like, this is kind of silly. This is like, now we're full on silly.
Yeah. It's a third movie in a franchise.
Yeah.
It's absolutely what it is. For the longest time, the third movie was the shit. And here it is. This movie was shit.
Well, it usually goes one of two ways. It's like, okay, the first one's great. Second one sucks. Third one is also good. Sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes it's like, all right.
I forget how much you like Godfather 3.
No. Well, you look at like
the only franchise I can think of where the third movie was the best movie was Thor.
Okay, Thor. I would say Toy Story. I really enjoy Toy Story 3. That's my favorite one. I would say, I think for the most part, you are correct. Because like Dark Knight, like Batman Begins, Dark Knight, excellent. Dark Knight Rises, like,
it's fine.
Man,
Yeah.
We'll get to those eventually.
So you ready to get to the reason we're all here?
Nope.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, okay,
I'm
good now. Yeah.
All right. So I'll flip this pick. That's apparently becoming a thing. Flip this pick. So you can call it. You want heads or you want tails?
All right, let's get it trending first. Hashtag flip that pick.
Hashtag flip that pick. Love it. All right. So what do you want?
I'll do what I do last week. Tails. I'll do heads.
It's tails, baby.
Ah, darn it.
All right. So that means I get to choose. You know what? I'll go first because before the show, you were like, "Hey, don't look at the title of my song," and then you gave it away during the show, and I was like, "Ah, that's weird."
I thought you looked.
I did, but I thought you also wanted, like, if I had to be really mystified by it, I thought you'd want the podcast listeners to also be mystified by it.
Because I thought about it, I was like, what does that even? What's the point?
That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'll go first anyway, though, because I already opened up my folder. All right, so here's my song. I'll introduce it. It's called Astronomers and Astronauts.
Astronomers and astronauts. Not everybody flies. The best intentions don't pan out, and desperate people lie. Don't yell so loud, it'll bring unspeakable pain. Don't yell so loud, you know I can't stop this plane. Scientists and mercenaries, well, that's not what I said. I've never been to this one before, 'cause those theme park monsters really should be dead. Students and their teachers, a dinosaur and man. Kids can be hungry, young and dumb. Mistakes should be worked into your plans. Don't yell so loud, that's a very bad idea. Don't yell so loud, you don't know what could be near. Hand me the bag. No one else should get hurt from the mistakes I've made. Hand me the bag. I didn't know they could communicate. You're no better than the people who built this place. You're no better than the people who built this place. What a disgrace. You're no better than the people who built this place. You're no better than the people who built this place. What a disgrace. You're no better than the people who built this place. You're no better than the people who built this place. What a disgrace.
All right. So yeah, I called that song Astronomers and Astronauts. So obviously the name of the song and the first line is based on one of the lines in the movie where they say there's two types of people, astronomers and astronauts. And they talk about some people go to space, some people, they do their work on the ground, and it's comparing the paleontologists and the work Alan Grant does to the people who actually want to see these dinosaurs in person. And I think that's a pretty good contrast to the different types of people who still work in the same fields.
Right.
So that was the first thing I really clung to. And then I just kind of went through the movie thinking about how, you know, the best intentions, you mentioned it earlier. They talk about some of the worst things in the world come from the best intentions. But then I thought about how desperate people lie. It comes to the Kirbys. They're desperate. The U.S. government has told them, we're not going to help your son. Your kid's going to fucking get eaten by dinosaurs. Sucks to be you. So yeah,
I think that's verbatim what they said.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the State Department who said that. Yeah. But, you know, desperate people lie. So then we get to the chorus. Obviously, don't talk so loud because they're yelling into the megaphone. It'll bring pain. And obviously, I take the line, it can't stop this plane. I did one of the parts in the movie I actually very much did enjoy. One of my favorite lines is when I say scientists and mercenaries, I'm talking about in the part in the movie where William H. Macy's character, Paul Kirby, he talks about mercenaries. That's why I hired this mercenary, or Udesky's a mercenary. And Udesky goes, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
So Udesky's sitting there calling out the Kirbys on their bullshit throughout the movie, which I enjoy.
And I like that character.
Yeah, he's a good character.
Yeah.
Which is why I actually remembered his name. Turns out if you make a good character, a compelling character, I'll remember their name.
Yeah.
That's also why I've never been here before. It's Alan Grant saying, I've never been to this island before. You know, obviously he called them theme park monsters. And then students and their teachers. And we're seeing that relationship between Alan Grant and someone he's mentoring, Billy.
Right.
You know, Billy's his student. So, you know, kids can be hungry, young, and dumb. We see Billy make that mistake of stealing the dinosaur eggs. And I think at this point, anybody who's dealing with these dinosaurs should realize mistakes should be part of your plan. Everything you plan out, it's probably not going to work out. So that's where I worked on my song. Or that's where I got my song from, Astronomers and Astronauts.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the bass a lot. I liked you did some cool stuff in there. I also liked all the lyrics. The lyrics were very cool. Like, I think that goes to show, like we said earlier, like the premise for this movie, the setup is actually very good. Arguably better than the second one, because the second one's like, let's just do it again, baby. Like this one, there's actually like a reason. Like the government fucked over these people who fucked up. But like, hey, can you help us? We're going to trick you into helping us. We're actually not rich. You know, all this stuff, like you said. So yeah, I'm glad like you highlighted the good part, as small as it may be, of this movie.
The minuscule good parts.
Yeah. But
I really took the 4 out of those 96 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, see that's the thing. I didn't get much of that in the second movie, other than maybe the very beginning where he's talking to Hammond. But like the third one has it sprinkled throughout a little bit. It's mostly front heavy, like mostly in the beginning, just like the other one. But I don't know. That's what makes this movie a little better than the second one for me. But that being said, you wrote a relatively smart song about a stupid movie, and I leaned into the stupid shit and I wrote Spine Daddy. So just like I say every time, don't worry about the tempo. I'm not using a click because I'm a cool guy. So yeah, just don't worry about the tempo. Just let's have a good time. take you down in your plane. I'm not scared of your flare, maybe a little, but I don't care. I'm still predator number one. I'm spine daddy, a big old daddy with big scary claws. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy, and I use them when I'm on. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. Come on, kill me a T-Rex. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. Yeah, I'll break your GD neck. Whoa! Spine daddy, a big old daddy with big scary claws. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy, and I use them when I'm on. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. I'm a killing a T-Rex. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. Yeah, I'll break your GD neck. Oh man.
That's brilliant.
Wow, thanks. It's the dumbest song I've ever written.
That's more fitting for this movie than mine.
All right, so I'm gonna break down the lyrics just because I think they're silly. But so the first verse, I'm the new big bad on the island, sharper teeth and bigger claws, right? Obviously, they're like, what's cooler than a T-Rex? What's going to put the asses in the seats? What's the next biggest predator? And I think they discovered a Spinosaurus like in the 90s, right?
I have no idea when they discovered the Spinosaurus.
Okay. But anyway, better watch out. If your name is Rex, I'll mess around and break your neck. You know what happens.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Here I am without a thump. I'm going to take a big old dump. Will you be there?
I
when
thought you
it
said
rings?
here I am without a thumb.
That's what Alexis thought. Alexis is my wife.
And I was
she was like,
like,
without a thumb.
I was like, I guess dinosaurs don't have thumbs.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it's thump because he sneaks up on them. And she was like, oh, I didn't watch the movie. I don't fucking know.
I don't think I heard the P when you sang it. I heard dump.
Yeah,
I was like, he definitely said dump. Well,
Yeah.
no, I think it's thumb.
But no, thump. Because like I said, how the
Yeah,
fuck
that
did
makes
that
a lot
thing
more
sneak up on
sense.
you? Will you be there when it rings? You know, there's the phone in his diarrhea duty. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy, with big scary claws. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. I use them when I maul.
When you Darth Maul.
Yeah,
We'll do those movies
Or
one day.
he goes to the mall.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. I'm a kill me a T-Rex. I'm a spine daddy, a big old daddy. I'll break your GD neck. Now, I didn't use goddamn because the Spinosaurus seems like he doesn't really want to offend anyone. He's just here for a meal.
You think the Spinosaurus draws the line at using God's name in vain?
Yeah, he's actually a pretty religious guy. It's in the commentary on the DVD.
Yeah, no, the Spinosaurus is a born and crate. He doesn't curse at all.
No, we actually had to edit out the crucifix he had around his neck. My arms are longer than the other guys. I can reach my own face. Now, I don't know if he could, but they were bigger. Also, I saw a theory that somebody had that T-Rex's arms were actually on the inside of their bodies. So like their elbow, where their elbow was, it would have been like turned around, because an ostrich has the same kind of thing for their wing. It's like on the inside of their body.
Oh, I could see that.
They think that a T-Rex, which they know had feathers, was more like a giant ostrich.
Amazing.
With a big old scary jaw. Yeah. But yeah, you thought you were safe to land on the island. I'll take you down in your plane. I'm not scared of your flare, maybe a little, but I don't care. I'm still predator number one. So that's Spine Daddy.
I like it.
There was a point, you probably heard it in the second verse, where the guitar stops chugging for a second. It's like ding, 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 ding. And my wrist got tired. So I stopped for a second. And then I forgot after I like already exported it. I was like, oh shit. I'm not going back.
Don't point that stuff out. Just say it's stylistic choices.
Oh, okay. It's stylistic choices. Now you edit that.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back. Hey, Andy, how come the guitar stopped chugging along during the second verse?
Oh, funny you should ask. My wrist got tired and
damn.
Oh shit.
All right. You know what? We're gonna leave it in that you got tired.
I understand. I understand. But yeah, well, obvious Iron Maiden influence in there.
I dig it. I thought it was a rocker.
Rock
It
roll.
was Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. It was the Rockers.
Rock a roll.
So yeah, overall, I think we gave our grades for the movie. I gave it a 4. You gave it like a 5.4 or some shit.
Yeah, some shit.
I mean, the movie was shit. It wasn't a good movie.
No,
but
I'd rather watch it. Yeah, I'd rather watch that than the second one.
I'd rather watch the first one.
Same.
Well, that's not what you said, though. You said you'd rather watch the third one.
Well, if we're keeping score
if
here,
I recall correctly, you just said your favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park 3.
then you did not recall correctly.
I did. Again, don't listen. I don't listen. I hear
If
what
you
I
remember
want.
in the first episode, one of the first things I say, I think, is, this movie's a fucking 10 out of 10. Because Jurassic Park 1 is a brilliant movie. I don't care who knows.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I think everybody knows at this point.
All right. What do we have on the docket for next week?
Jurassic World.
That's right. We're jumping ahead. Let's see. This was 2001. Jurassic World was 2015. So we're jumping ahead 14 years and doing Jurassic World.
Depends what kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab.
Did you write your song yet?
No, not yet. I watched the
wrote my
movie
song.
and I got a brain fart.
You know what? I don't know about you. I'm a little fatigued on this franchise at this point.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Dominion over with, and then we can move on.
Is Dominion not good? Did you see
not
it?
Dominion. I'm sorry, Fallen Kingdom. Dominion's going to be the new one. I can't wait to get
Right.
Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom is very enjoyable.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to say it's a great movie because there are parts of it that make me groan, and there are parts of it that make me moan. I won't say it's a good movie, though. It's
Okay.
enjoyable.
That's what I thought about this one, because I think we saw it in theaters together. And I think we were holding hands.
I mean, if
I
we
pray
were
holding
together,
hands.
absolutely.
Yeah. But I remember enjoying it in theaters. And then I watched it again, and you'll have to tune in next week to find out. You understand. I didn't love it.
All right. Well, that was just also the episode for Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's it. I wrote the song. I'm not going to show you, though.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Yeah, for sure. For
Andy,
sure.
where can they find you on the internet?
You go to andy.com.
1-800-ANDY.
You go to Instagram. Yeah. You go to Instagram at Andy Jafaris. I don't post a lot, but maybe I will now that we're doing this. You know,
That's a great endorsement for your Instagram. I don't post a lot. Follow me. I never post.
Also, because I'm trying to be a teacher, like I gotta have my account private.
No, you don't. I didn't have my account private when I was a teacher.
Yeah, but you were at a charter school.
And I said the most heinous shit.
Yeah, you did. You were all like Trump 2024,
I did not
Trump
do that.
2033, Trump 20 forever, Trump forever.
I like how
That's
there
what
was
you
an
said.
election in 2024 and then another one 9 years later.
Yeah, because you're a Trumper. You don't understand math.
It's not even math.
Stop the steal. I'm Rob. Stop the steal.
Yeah, that's me trying to destroy Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Thanks. You can find me, Rob Hall, at Robert Corridor. Send us a message, TheRoydsBand, on Twitter, and on Instagram, we're just _Royds. Send us a message. Let us know which song you like better. Or you can send us an email at RoydsRevue, that's RoydsRevue @gmail.com. Let us know which song you liked best, and we'll see you next week with Jurassic World.
Hell yeah, brother.